Hi, my name's Mike Hughes. We're oftentimes asked by buyers how much they should offer on the house. Now, of course, this is a very personal decision, and we're never going to tell you exactly how much to offer on a house because we want you to be comfortable with the decision. Instead, we'll offer you as much information to help guide you through the process so that you can make a clear, well-informed decision. Now, many of you may or may not have seen our competitive offer menu. We offer that in both a flyer form and a video series. It describes different ways that make your offer stronger than other buyers in the marketplace, and it also includes some of the things that can make your offer look weaker. Our strategy that we've come up with isn't a slam dunk, and of course there can be buyers that still make a higher offer just for any number of reasons. Maybe there's a family member on the street that they want to live close to, or some other personal reason that causes them to create an offer that really just can't be justified. See, in the past we've used pricing for buyers and sellers that was quite similar. We would prepare what's called a comparative market analysis, or a CMA, and if you were selling you would list close to that price, and if you were buying you would buy close to that price. It's a similar method that appraisers use. Now, one of the things that we've seen over the past few years is that appraisers are lagging in property value. So when you're considering this strategy, it's important to know that your appraiser may come in 1 to 2% lower than your purchase price. That's a national average that we're seeing, and I'll put up a few slides in a minute that explain everything that I'm talking about. Now, this slide shows data that's been provided by Quicken Loans, and they're demonstrating how in many cases appraisers are identifying property value lower than market value. This is simply because they're looking at past sales in order to determine value during an appreciating market. It's important to know this because in some cases your appraised value could come in lower than your purchase price. Now, when we look at past market appreciation, over the past year we can see a 4.5% to 5% market appreciation nationwide. Now, in the greater Boston area, where we do most of our work, we see stronger market rates. For example, Arlington, Massachusetts saw an 8% condo price increase over the past 6 months. But if we use that more conservative number of 4.5% to 5%, what we can do is say, well, in the past year, the market's gone up that much, and many industry experts also have projections for the next 1 to 4 years. Now, we don't think that it's prudent to go out 4 years because so much can change with the marketplace, but personally, I'm comfortable going with a 6 to 12 month projection, and so that's the number that we've used as part of our method. So basically what you would be doing is taking your comparative market analysis price, for example, let's say that's $500,000, and assuming that you're going to be seeing market appreciation over the next 12 months of about 5%, that would mean that your purchase price could reasonably be $525,000. Now, it sounds a little bit crazy to just offer $25,000 over asking, but this is what we've seen working with buyers. Many buyers get frustrated after looking for property for 3 to 6 months, and then they make the purchase price and they end up at that price level anyhow. So the thought is that when you find the perfect house, instead of waiting and waiting for it to show up again and paying that same price that you would a half year or a year from now, you just pay the higher price now. So really what we're doing is, if we're looking at an early 2017 property, we're going to pay mid-2017 or 2018 prices for it. This is one way that I feel you can justify paying a higher price than your competition, in addition to using the other strategies that we've come up with. And again, I'll be putting up slides in a minute. We're always happy to talk with you about this strategy or any others, so feel free to call or email. Thanks again for your time. Before going any further, I first need to thank Keeping Current Matters for providing these terrific slides. If you're an agent watching, check them out. It's keepingcurrentmatters.com for terrific content for your website. Now, this data has been provided by CoreLogic, which tracks national housing trends and sales. And you can see that when looking at Massachusetts, the average price increase from the far western point of Massachusetts right to Beacon Hill has been 5.7%. So on average, we've seen a 5.7% increase. And of course, some communities will have seen a higher percentage increase, and others, of course, have seen a lower percentage increase. Now, if we take a closer look At a shorter time frame, we can see that over the past quarter, we've seen an average price increase of 1.9%. So over the past quarter, on average, we've seen about a 1.9% price increase. One note to make is that most of the country is also doing very well, with the exception of a few states. So there's no clear sign that the housing market is going to slow down locally or nationally. Now we're looking at a slide that's predicting housing appreciation through 2021, which would cover the next 4 years. Pulsenomics invited an expert panel of over 100 economists, investment strategists, and housing market analysts to share their views about the most impactful housing market forces to expect in 2017. This was the result of their feelings. So you can see that the bulls are expecting 26.7% housing appreciation. Now, this is not year over year, this would be over the span of 4 years. But it's interesting to note that even the bears, the people who are the most pessimistic about the housing market, still anticipate a 6.3% price increase on housing over the next 4 years. Now our last slide is looking at forecasted year-over-year percentage price increases for each state. And of course it's important to know that some communities will do better, others may not do as well, but the average for Massachusetts is a 5.2% average year-over-year price increase, meaning that if you purchase a home today, there's a good chance that the property value will increase 5.2% by next year. Now, of course, every community is different, and so we're happy to provide specific statistics for each community. So all you need to do is call or email us. We'd be happy to send those by email, or always happy to meet in person. We're really excited to have developed this pricing strategy and hope that we are able to put many more buyers into the perfect home. Thanks again for listening. We look forward to serving you in the future.